2K Sports, we have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Only 5 games left on the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is stacking up out west. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Utah, they're 5 spots away.
And seeing where Utah is, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. And in tonight's game, pride definitely burned at stake. When you were with the Spurs, or any of the teams, talk about some of the epic conference rivalries you played in.
Well, I always go back to playing against the Phoenix Suns in the 7 seconds or less Steve Nash-led teams, along with Amari Stoudemire, and Mike D'Antoni was introducing to the game back in 2005, 2006, which, by the way, Kevin, everybody's doing now.
Right, yeah.
But tremendous talent on the court at that time, tremendous disparity in style of play, and watching Steve Nash during MVP years trying to conduct his team against the vaunted Spurs. Fantastic, incredibly competitive match.
And a lot of speed. I mean, it was eye-opening to watch.
And it was the Spurs trying to catch up. So how are we going to do the rock'em sock'em game against the 7 seconds or less? We kind of took care of it.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Wiley is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point. Shorty out there with B-Train. Then it's D. Then there's Slim. And here is Ingles. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
And it's good for 2.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Mitchell passes to Conley. Shoots it up. And Utah again with the bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. D passes to B-Train. Just 5 to shoot. Right wing. Here's D. Sinks the three-pointer. D's got his second basket of the night.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from D.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. To the paint. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin. And he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now here's Gobert. Mitchell right side. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Shorty, covered by Conley. Here's D. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
O'Neal's checked in for Utah.
One shot.
And it's tied up with that one. Here's BRGY. What a tremendous game he played against Cleveland. Pass to Mitchell. And it's Shorty with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Utah. Green, he's checked in for BRGY. UTA comes in for Mitchell. And it's Exum in for Mike Conley. Now, here's Exum. He's covered closely. Stolen by Thompson. Out to the right wing. B-Train. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Gobert kicks to Exum. And that's a foul called on the Beast. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Moutier. Not a lot of room. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Exum. 4 on the clock. From deep. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, as good as you can do without getting a block there to defend. Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Up top, Gobert. 1:41 left here in the first quarter. Moutier pass to Exum. Shot to stop the run, and he hits the jumper for 2.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Here's Chan. Gobert with the block. Exum deciding where to go with it. And he lays in the alley-oop.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
Now, here's Thompson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That one goes. Count it. And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. It's a 3-point game. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Jazz trail by 3. Here's Exum. His last outing, he had 8 points. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Exum's got 7 points in the game.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in bunches. And both of the teams feeling confident right now.
We've got more in store for you right after this. During his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder has quickly earned the appreciation of his players, including Rudy Gobert.
Very key to have a coach like that. He really takes everything,
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. We've got Thompson. Big Daddy is out there with the Beast. Then it's Big Smooth, and it's Chan in a two-guard. The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper
Right.
or a wink, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after a little bit.
Now here's Green. He's got 5. Stolen by Thompson. And Thompson shams it home.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Here's Moutier. He had that big outing in that Cavaliers game as well.
Yeah, just so crucial that Moutier becomes a very consistent mid-range shooter for this team. Like to watch him focus on improving that shot.
Now here's Thompson. The pass to the Beast. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Bielitsa, he checks in for O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Moutier, and it's Mike Conley in for Williams-Goss. And Utah has possession. Trailing by 4. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Knocks it loose. Here's Green. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Green's got 5 points now in the quarter. Gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Passes it to Aguilar. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Now here is Conley. A 23-point game for him in the win against Cleveland. Here's the break. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. free throw good from Bielitsa. Well, for Bielitsa, he's not the most athletic player on the floor, but Brent, he produces.
Yeah, Bielitsa, one of those guys who can flow into a transition and stop 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line and drill you from there. So a nice guy as a secondary option on the break is Bielitsa.
Pass to B. 5 on the clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. B's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Conley feeling it out. Mitchell kicks to Conley. Floats one up, and that one drops for him. Conley's got 6.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Hit his leg, and it's whistled a kick. Both teams deciding to change it up. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. B-Train passes to D. Shot clock at 5. Leans from outside. They get it again. B-Train. The pass to Ball. Tries again. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Baller's got his first basket.
And Kevin, they dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Now here's Exum. He's tightly guarded. Bielitsa with the bucket.
Bielitsa's very good at having his feet at the ready to shoot it.
Gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. They double him with Mitchell. B-Train passes to D. Connects on the 17-footer. 10 points for him.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Pass to Exum. 1:07 left in the first half of the game. And the shot is good.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
D passes to Ball. High arcing shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Baller's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now Exum. He's got 9. Outside Conley. Knocked loose. From deep three-point range. Missed the shot. He's 3 for 4 in the game. To the inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Fires for 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Conley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's Conley's ability to hit the long ball that makes him such an asset. Stretches the floor and creates space.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The home team, they lead by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, Ernie, I'm not even a player anymore, but I'm not happy with the soft defense they had. Full of holes, allowing over 60% shooting, ridiculous, fellas. It's amazing that they're still in this game. I think it's going to come down to how bad they want it. I even want it. Ernie, sign me on a 10-day contract right now.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing tremendous gameplay from D.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Gobert is out there with Nemanja Bjelica, and it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant. Others play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Now here's Conley, guarded closer. And Gobert kicks to Conley. Lets it go with a 3. And the Jazz, another 3.
I'm impressed with Conley's scoring ability here. He's an alert guard who understands how to attack the defense.
Here's B-Train. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Great open look there. And that's 15 points for D.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here is Conley. He's got 12. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That's his first foul. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Ingles, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. A floater, and it's blocked by Conley, and he's able to get it back. And he gets the bucket.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Now, here's Mitchell. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Releases. Again, the Jazz score.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a score. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Bjelica. Royce O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. Emmanuel Mudiay's checked in for Mitchell. And Williams Goss subbed in for Mike Conley. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. It's tipped. On the wing, Thompson. He's got 6. Here's the 3. Good on the triple. Thompson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Big Daddy. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Connects from three-point range. And that's now 6 points for the Beast.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
Baller, he's checked in for Big Smooth. Exum, he's checked in for the Jazz. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. High post, Gobert. Kicks to Moutier. And it's Exum in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. O'Neal trying to break free. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Thompson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Thompson's got 11.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Down low, here's the Beast. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Now, here's Exum. He's got 11. Tries it from 19. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Exum's got 4 points now in the quarter. Pass to the Beast. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Moutier. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
If there's a skill set you like your point guard to have, that's exceptional court vision. Moutier shows it off there with that assist.
Here's Thompson. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And here we go. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here's Exum. He's got 13. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Yeah, doing anything he can right now to get him
from beyond the arc. Big Daddy's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And so it's the home team riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We come back right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Baller. Thompson is out there at B train. Then it's D. Conley with the three. It falls for the sixth time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Bielitsa. Oh, that's blocked. Thompson passes the ball to the middle. Here's D. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. D's got 9 points here in the second half. Jazz trail by 16. And the pass to Bielitsa. Exum dishes to Conley. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. And the Jazz another 3.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Thompson against Conley. Thompson right side. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Ingles. Slimy's checked in for Ball. And Utah also making a switch. Gobert, he's checked in for Dante Exum. Passes to D. Here's B-Train. He's covered by Bielitsa. Good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The dish to Gobert. And Utah again with the bucket.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Here's B-Train. Here's Thompson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Hey, yo, check mine.
Thompson against Conley. Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Pass to Ingles. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Mitchell. Lets it fly from 18. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Ingles has got 3 assists in the game. The pass to D. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Shorty, he's checked in for Thompson. And the Jazz call time here. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, and you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
Now here's Gobert. He kicks to Ingles. Passes it to Bielitsa. Here's Mitchell. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Here's Shorty. Poked loose. Gobert with the block, and they get it back. Here's B-Train. The shot from the low post is good. Now here's Conley. Pass to Mitchell. 13 feet away. And again, it's Utah.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Pass to Aguilar. And there's the pass to D. Shot clock at 6. Lets a floater go. Count that one. 6 points for Shorty.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Conley, the pass to Ingles. Passes it to Bielitsa. His three-pointers off the mark.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
B-Train passes to Aguilar. Here's Shorty for three. Drills it from outside.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Now, here's Mitchell. Outside Conley. There's the triple. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Here's Shorty. Pass to Aguilar. Over Gobert. And that's off the glass and in.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.